Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Elisa Marie Designs. I'm Elisa Maria. Hope that you are enjoying the holiday season. It is December let me try and guess. Maybe just look at my watch. It is December, I want to say 17th. Am I right? Oh, 16th. Got one more day. How are you making out with the holidays? I'm getting caught up. I just put a post up, if you see this before you see the post, that I'm going to be taking a break from live hosting throughout December because we have so much going on, and even an extra hour is like precious right now. But for today, I am getting ready to kit up a canvas from Dreamer Designs, and I meant to look to see when this kit dropped. This is Golden Christmas. It was already unboxed. We're just getting to it, and I believe I unboxed this. Oh gosh, should have looked that up too. Last year. It may have been the year before. I may have wondered. No, I think I bought this last year thinking I'll do it this year. And what I did get done was Quiet Snow, and I'm very happy about getting a canvas under my belt because I really don't get a lot of finishes done. But we'll talk about that. This canvas is going to be a part of another book read. Right now, John is reading A Christmas Carol, which dropped yesterday. It's really intense. It's the way that it's a Dickens book. So it's a Dickensonian language, and he's doing a really good job. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. He's doing a really good job on it. And I'm saying, what is this now in the kit? It's the handle from the box. So I'm saying, what are they giving us now? It's the handle from the box. And he's doing a really good job on it. I couldn't do it. He's doing it. It's lovely. There's a break in the middle. We have like a little intermission, like 30 minutes in. And he's only like in the first part of the book. I think there's three parts, 3 ghosts. So he's up to the first ghost. I don't think he's finished with the first ghost. But it was a good hour. So they're at the half-hour mark, there's an intermission with some really nice Christmas music for you to get up, stretch, go refresh your hot chocolate, just do whatever it is that you want to do, or just continue diamond painting or listening to some really pretty music. It's about a minute and a half long, and then John gets back into the reading. It's actually the next day. So the first part of the reading, because it's so intense, was 30 minutes, and then I have the Christmas music and intermission. And then you have the next day that he went into the second part of the reading, which is still the first part of the reading. And there's 3 parts. I hope I didn't confuse anybody, but I'm sure I did. Here we go. So I did open this. There is an unboxing on this. I really want to check and see. I might just take a pause and see when I did this unboxing and actually when what year this is from. Let's take a look at the canvas first. So here's our toolkit. Love these. We love these from Dreamer Designs. They are different. I was looking at my older kits. This is more like has like a velvety texture to it, where the original ones, the older ones, feel like a really nice chamois. I think they were a little bit bigger too. We used to get purple trays. Now we get pink trays. You got pink trays if you got something from overseas, but now it seems like we don't get the purple trays anymore. The purple trays were really pretty. They had the Dreamer Design logo. They had like a glitter effect. Same tray though, with the drop foot, big, stackable. I didn't like the pink ones as much as I liked the purple ones. I always found that the purple ones were a little bit sturdier. Constructed. You get the awesome Dreamer Design wax. Never have a problem with Dreamer Design wax. The wax is like a putty. I don't know how they do it. Awesome Dreamer Design tweezers. Keep the lid on. They're very sharp. I like Dreamer Design scissors. I like Dreamer Design tweezers because they pick up a round and they pick up a square, and you get them in every kit, whether it's round or square. You're going to get your tweezers. I almost said scissors again. You get a nice little stack of baggies. You get 2 pens, both with the squishies on. You know that I unboxed this already because my squishies are on. I love this cone tip. I never put wax or putty in there. I use it with water, and I use it with water because it will then very easily pick up a drill or pick up a AB drill. If you don't like picking up your AB drills with wax or putty, just take a little bit of water next to you, maybe a wet sponge, paper towel, You can even use a little spray bottle and spray it on a part of your canvas that has the plastic sheet on top of it and just dab it in there. And you'll be able to pick up 4 or 5 at a time with one dab. Dab, pick up about 4, dab, pick up about 4. I love it when I am doing a video because I use my E-pen to pick up my AB drills. And I just love using my E-pen too. I love getting, you know, mileage out of my E-pen. And I don't like having wax on my AB drills. I don't mind so much with the acrylic drills or the resin drills, but for my AB drills, because they have a coating on them, I do mind. And also too, something else that I learned with my last video that I did and talking about drills and drill quality, I think what I'm going to do is if I have wax or putty on my placer and I pick up drills that maybe the line isn't right, you know how you like wipe off your placer and you go in and start again, there's a coating on those drills and they tend to now have other drills that are in the tray. When they go back in, they stick to other drills. You know, when you get those drills that are clumpy, just another marketing point for the E-pen. If you don't, you know, because I can't stand it when my drills are clumping up, and that's because there's wax or putty in there and they went back into my drill tray. So they went back into my drill case. So I think if I do pick up drills incorrectly, instead of bringing it back into the drill case, I'm just going to try my best to place them somewhere on the canvas and not put them back into my drill container, because I don't want to get that all over the place. So we have that. And then this is a separator that Dreamer Designs gives out. I've been doing this for a long time. I must have one of my placers on there. Oh yeah, I have this placer on there. And then you have, this looks like a 3 maybe. This reminds me of a 3 placer. I don't think you could pick 4 in because it has like a bezel set enclosure. I'm not crazy about these ones that have this bezel, you know, rim to it. I like when they're just flat and open. I think that's it. Okay. I may have lost one or used it. But you also get this in your Dreamer Design kit. I've tried these on other drill cases that I have, and I don't find that they fit. I don't know if I have any of my Art Dot out still. No, I don't see that I do. But I do have another case out. I'm going to be using my pixel cases here today too. This was a gift from one of my members. No, so they're designed for Dreamer Design. And have I used these? I have, and I'll tell you where. See how you can see that it doesn't go all the way down to the thing. So you are going to get drills underneath there. Let's see if I can press this down a little bit more. It's not going to lock or snap. Okay. So it's pretty tight, flush. I've used these for, you know, when you have a section where you have 2 drills that are always like, they're right next to each other. I've used it for that. I've used it for ABs. I do like that these trays stack, but once you have this on here, I don't know, can you, it looks like you can still stack. I'll have to get some of my other Dreamer Design trays out. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to give this a try with this, also with this kit. I'm going to give this a try, and I'm going to have my pixel trays. I have 5 of these, and I'm going to use these for moderate amounts of drills so that I could just have them out and have them labeled here on my, I think they match so pretty with the Golden Christmas. I'm going to put these on the side, and I do have, this comes from Tracy's DP World. I got her kit for Christmas, and I ordered separately that. Just let me mark my antique wooden table there. I got this as a side piece. I don't really use cover minders. However, I use them as bookmarks in my books. Here's the book that we're going to be reading with this canvas. It's called Gaslight. And yes, that is where gaslighting comes from, is what the story is about. It's about a husband who is gaslighting his wife. This is a Gothic Victorian thriller. I think this is Charles Boyer and Ingrid Bergman. They did make a movie out of this one too. It was not called Gaslight. The book was called Angel Street. I could not find this book. I went on a hunt for it. It was 60 cents back in the day. I paid 30 bucks for this on eBay. So hard to find. But I want to read the book. I've seen the movie. I don't remember the movie. I seen it a long time ago when I was a young girl. And it is a Gothic tale of terror and suspense. So he is gaslighting his wife. Again, that's where the gaslighting, the term, comes from. It's so good. And you guys enjoyed the Gothic thriller that I just read, which was Rebecca, and I think that this canvas goes so well, and I think I found the formula for Elisa to get canvases done. I hold myself to reading a book, and I'm able to get it done. Get it done, girl. And I think, even though this is called Golden Christmas, I think that this is still something that goes well with the book, with the story. I can do this throughout January. Let's get this going. I'm going to be using my art dot storage system. I believe that there's about 59 colors in here. 49, even better. 49. And look at this, two of my favorite colors. When I had my cafe in New York, these were the colors of my cafe. They were a blue and a brown. I love these two colors, an antique gold and a blue, dark blue gray. These were the colors of my cafe, believe it or not. And I went, well, it started out to be the colors of my cafe. However, I couldn't get that shading right. I was driving the people at Benjamin Moore absolutely insane, trying to match the color where it looked appropriate in my cafe, and I just couldn't get it there. Got it somewhat there, but I love this color combination together. I love the gold. I love the blue. I love this canvas. I think it's totally spectacular. So I don't know, where's the sticker sheet? Don't let me lose my mind. Tell me everything is in here but the sticker sheet. I know where the sticker sheet is. The sticker sheet is in my diamond painting book. I'm going to have to go get that. Okay, and while I go get that, I could look up the date that this was, the date that this canvas dropped. And I could, oh, I actually brought, did I bring it up? Oh, it's right there on the stairway, so maybe it's inside the box. I'm going to use my, also, you know, you guys, you know this is falling apart, and I'm still using it. I love it. I love this. I love my Firefly. I have to I'm making myself room here. A lot of stuff still out from the last diamond painting kit. And that's another reason for, like, some of the frustration that I go through when it comes to having to put a canvas away, but it's not done. And then I get involved with another canvas, and then I have that all over the place. And, you know, then I have to take out the other canvas and get back to, well, what was not done here? And, like, why was it not done? And, you know, maybe I'm waiting for drills to arrive. Oh, my God. So, did you see that color? Oh, God, it's so spectacular. I know that this has crystals, and the crystals are on the light here. And I just love the kind of sort of Gothic mansion that's in the back. Or is it a church? Well, it's Gothic, either way. I love that Gothic church that is in the background. Love the candlesticks. I just love the color, the little shot of the red berries. What is she talking about? Let's get this up higher so you can see more of it. The red berries here, the candlesticks. It's a lot of color blocking too. At least it looks like that to me. I might get into it and be like, what was I talking about? But here's the rest of the canvas here. Let's get this flattened out a little bit more. Yeah, I remember buying this last year. I may have bought it during the season because it went on sale, and thought, oh, this is a lovely one for next year. This was also bought with going into my home that my son is in, because a lot of these colors are in my home. I have an old Philadelphia house. And, you know, it's been maintained to its original state. And these are the colors in my home. There, antique gold. I have like a bayberry green. And I was like, oh, this would look spectacular in the other house. I don't know if my son would like it, but, you know, I love it. And I have to, oh my gosh, look how gorgeous that is. I just think it's going to go so well with the book reading. Do I want to put my, let's see here. There's really not a lot of a glue line around the edge here. Well, a little bit of a glue line, but not a glue line that's interfering with the legend. So that's nice. And I really have to decide, what do I want to put around the edge? This is like a black and a gold marbling. That might, I think I want to use that. Look at that. I thought I was going to have like a 15-minute discussion on washi tape, because I'm not curated, you guys. You guys know that. You guys that have been here with me know that I'm not, you know, curated when it comes to washi tape and wax and putty. I'm actually waiting for putty today, coming from Tater Tots. They said it would be here today. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but it's bitterly cold on the East Coast. And my mail is late, of course, because who the heck wants to be out in this? But it's strange. John and I were in New York, and we were in New York, oh gosh, I don't even remember what day. The days are rolling into one another. And we got out at, of course, Penn Station in New York, and directly across the street from Penn Station is the post office. And it has the creed, the postman's creed. Nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow. And my husband is on a movie truck that was across the street from the post office. They had like a platform because they were filming, and he got on the platform, and he was videotaping that. I was in the middle of I was on the ground across from the post office, and I was videotaping all the pigeons that had decided to camp out there. And that's what I was doing. I was videotaping the pigeons, and they took flight, and I didn't move, and they came right towards the camera. I'll have to show you guys that. It was so cool. It was so cool. And the next day, where did we have to be? We had to be in Atlantic City the next day. No, we had to be at a birthday party the next day, and it was still bitterly cold. And then the day after that, he wanted to drive out to Atlantic City, still continuing the celebration of our anniversary. And he wanted to go to Doc's Oyster House. And I was like, John, it's too bitter cold. And he was like, nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow. I'm like, yeah, well, you ain't delivering mail anymore. And I'm not a mail person, so save it. But you know who won, right? John won. He's like, come on, you know, let's go. I'm dying for oysters and Chardonnay, and you got me hooked on that. It's like one of my favorite things to do is to go to Doc's. And he's like, I'm not going to let a little bit of snow stop me. And so we went. And I'm glad that we went, because when you go to Doc's, you usually have to, well, you do wait in line. You wait in line for their happy hour that they're notorious for. And you can't make a straight line. What am I doing? And you wait like an hour. You have to be there like an hour ahead of time to start waiting in line. And we got there, nobody was there, so we just sat in the car with the heater on. The only people that showed up were about a dozen people. In fact, the staff was taking bets. How many people do you think are going to be in line for happy hour? And one of them said 9, which is such an odd number, because people come in couples. They come in couples, and it's so cool to sit at the bar and to you know, get everything is double the price if you eat in the dining room. So, you know, waiting in line for an hour was no big deal. It's no big deal. We do it all year round. But there was nobody in line. There was no one in line. It was so cold. No one was in line. No one is waiting for oysters on a cold winter day. But it was so nice. The restaurant looked so pretty. You know, very festively decorated, and we just sat at the bar. I love their tuna tacos. I was not in the mood for oysters, but John had a ball. John had a party. You know, that's what they're known for. And you know that they come in fresh, and they're delicious. And this is like a marbling along the edge. And so it's kind of hard to see where the line is. Okay, we're getting there. I'm getting there. I'm just hoping that I have enough washi tape to go all the way around. It is, I can't believe how perfectly this matches the canvas. I couldn't have picked it out better myself. I just grabbed a bunch of washi tape and I'm like, oh, I'll think about it. Oh God, it matches so perfectly. I know I'm going to have to glue this. I know I'm going to have to glue it. I can tell I'm going to have to glue this. I can tell that it's not sticking very well. This was washi tape that I bought from Amazon not that long ago. And there were a lot of rolls of washi. And I remember saying, let me check the length and see how much is on here. Yeah, that'll go around those canvases. But they weren't sticking well, which is why I have I think this is my 3M glue stick. I have it, Scotch glue stick. This will do the trick should it decide to start coming up. And there's something about this glue stick. It smells like Donna Karan's cashmere. It's crazy. It's a scented glue stick. I don't think that they know that though. See, look, it's already starting to come up. You see that? It's already starting to pop up. Give me the glue stick. So, there we go. I'm hoping that the sticker sheet, I need another cup of coffee. I ran out of coffee this morning. John is out doing some errands and he's like, I'll stop and get you coffee. I'm like, no, we'll do it tomorrow. And he's like, no, I'm going to stop and get you coffee. He knows. He was trying to say it in a nice way. No, I'll stop and I'll get you coffee. He knows my brain just doesn't work. It's so funny. It really is. Like, it's so funny how I can't form sentences. And then as soon as I have that first cup of coffee, it's like, oh, the words, they start coming together. So we had a very active anniversary. We had a very active week. We were all over the place. We went to a beautiful 60th birthday party for our friends, married, and they share a birthday. Isn't that sweet? And their kids threw them a 60th birthday party, and just so much fun. And we were so honored that they invited us because it was mainly, oh gosh, please say that you're going to make it to the end. We were so honored because it seemed like it was all family and few friends. And John walked in and his friend was actually booked to perform because the birthday boy loves live music. He always comes to my husband's shows. And it was so nice to see our friend Casey and his partner doing the music. They were absolutely awesome. Just 2 acoustic guitars and the kids running to and fro. The kids were adorable. The kids were so much fun. They just bring so much joy to the occasion. Look, I'm just making it. I'm going to need my glue stick. Oh my God, I made it right to the end. The kids bring so much joy to the season. And they were having so much fun. They were playing games. They were playing hide and seek. They were playing red light, green light. And there was one little guy in the crowd. He must have been about 18 months old. And he was running with his head back, looking at the ceiling while he was running. It was the funniest thing. He was so adorable. And of course, John opened up his arms and he jumped into his arms. And those two became really quick buddies. And I love meeting people's families. And, I love sitting with young children. I love sitting, with senior citizens. And I love hearing stories. And it was such a great part of our anniversary to make that a part of our anniversary. I cannot believe right to the very end. God, I love this canvas. It is so gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to go find my sticker sheet. I'm going to find when this canvas dropped. And there was something else that I wanted to tell you guys. You're going to see me section this off differently because I was inspired by a new diamond painting channel that I actually shouted her out, but I want to get her name right. I shouted her out a while ago. And all she does is shorts. And she takes a larger section of canvas, and she's doing currently, she is doing the Fragrance of London, and it's such a beautiful canvas, such a beautiful canvas. And she takes 4, so it's a Diamond Art Club canvas, and it's perforated, and so she pulls down 2 columns and 2 rows, and she takes that big section to work with. And I just told her last night when I was looking at her next section that she's doing, I told her last night when she was diamond painting her new big section, I'm like, I love that you take such a big part of the canvas. You've inspired me to do the same, and I'm getting ready to kit up, and I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take bigger sections. I'm going to do 20 by 20 sections. I'm going to take bigger, and this is the perfect canvas for it because there's not a lot of confetti. Okay. Before I go, you see how I'm waiting to go upstairs? I just don't want to do it. I don't want to go back up in that room. I'm going to maybe put my washi tape on my, oh, here's a complementary color to this marbling. So pretty. Look, it's already starting to pick up again. Oh boy. Come on, you're so pretty. You can't just be pretty. You have to have substance. You know, you just can't be pretty. There you go. You have to work. All right, so these are my glue dots. This is my art dot. This is, oh, this actually matches. No, this is just a deeper color. Do I have enough though? Yeah, so these are all from the same kit. I think maybe I'll use this one. So kind of matches. Do I have one out that's similar? Oh, this is like a blue. I'm going to use this one. Let's stay with the blue, that shot of blue. See that shot of blue? Shot of blue. And then what I do is find the beginning. So this is 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 48. That would be 49, but I do have containers that I want to use. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 containers that I want to store. So these can all go back upstairs when I make the run for the sticker sheet. Be right back. Okay, found. Here's a better look at the canvas. Found my sticker sheet. Start date, let's get that on there. Very important. Today is, what day did I say it was? December the 16th. 12, 16, 25. This will go in my art book. And let me take a look at these drills. 20, take a look at these trains here. 40. This is 10 to 20. And this is 20 to, okay, here's 1. So this is 310. And I'm looking to see, could I fit an entire 310 in one of these pixel containers? It looks kind of big. 30s. So this is the first train. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, a lot. We had 10. So this is 29. There's 3 of those. Okay. And then this is next. 34, 35. 44 to 47. And then 38. 2 of those. And another 310. So no, 310 cannot go in there. Okay, and then we have our 48 and 49 are our crystals. I could put them in there. I won't be using my trays that often. I want them to have a little bit of showtime, you know? So, no, we can't use that. I'm trying to think of which ones I'm actually going to put in the pixel containers. Because I guess maybe like some of the blues. Like a medium size. So I'll say 4. I want it to make sense too. 840, 841, 844, 898. There's 2. Now I'm going by the DMC colors. 26, 27, 28. There's 3 of those, but not a lot. All right, let's just start. Let's just start. So we have... I'm glad I didn't go all the way up the steps and drop my containers off upstairs, because I am going to need more than one container for some of the drills. So let's do this. My scissors. I like to put the washi on my drill containers so that my labels come off easier. Wasn't really true for Quiet Snow, because Quiet Snow I kitted up and then it probably went through a summer, and you know, this is going to be a lot shorter, but I was impressed that it took 6 weeks to do Quiet Snow. It took 6 weeks to do Quiet Snow. That's 42 days. That's probably my fastest canvas. And like I said, I think it's because I was reading a book. And I'm like, if I have to read a book with every diamond painting that I do, that's what I'm going to do, because I enjoyed it. The story was fabulous. I like diamond painting quietly and just putting the camera on. And then the overlay is me reading the book. I felt like the canvas went very well with the book. Quiet Snow, Manderley, you know, the weather was such it was another character of the book, actually. The weather was another character of the book. So it went perfectly. And also our unnamed narrator was such a quiet, you know, person. I'm going to need more for 310. So I'll do the extras later. I don't like having the numbers on. Do the numbers confuse anybody? Like number 1, 310. It drives me nuts. I will, if there's numbers in this symbols, which there's a number 1 as a symbol, I will pick up, you know, I'm dyslexic, and so things get a little hairy for me at times. So what I'm going to do is, before I take any of these off, I'm going to cut the numbers off. I'm going to detach the numbers from the sheet. I feel like every time I do an unboxing or a kit up, it's totally different than the last one. There's never, I watch so many creators, and I'm like, they kit up exactly the same time. They got their method, it works. And they kit up exactly the same time. Me, it's always like, well, I think I'm going to do this now. I think I'm going to do that now. I think maybe I'll, you know, so crazy. So this is 2. So 310, 317, 310, 317, 318, 413, 414, 433, 434, and 435. Didn't I say I was going to put those ones in there? Oh well. 436, 437, 433, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But I think one of them was too big. That would have been great. 452, 453, 535, 543. I'm doing this for me as much as you. 640 and 645. Just so I know what is in my kit. And I'm telling you guys to do this. 646. 647. You don't have to do it like this. 648. 738. 739. You don't have to do it like this, but 840 and 841. Just run a camera over what is in your box so that you know that you received it, or you received enough of it, or if you received a number that's wrong. 844. I told the story that I had 4 packages of drills missing. 918. And when I went back and looked at my unboxing, they were never there. 920. And unboxing, like where I opened the box. 934. But what I failed to mention in my previous video was that was the Daydreamer Mermaid, but that kit was from 2022. So 938 and 975. So it was an older kit, and you know, it was a little 976. When I'm looking at my videos and I'm editing them, I'm usually doing something else that's on in the background, and I'm watching it on my phone. And I have to say, when you're looking at something on your phone and then you're looking at something on TV, the message becomes more impactful. I think the bigger the device that you watch something on. 977. So watching that on my phone, there was a totally different impact when I watched it on my TV. 3021. 3371. I looked really pissed off on television. 3781. But I was a little pissed off. 3787, 3790, 3799, and 3826. And the reason, and another reason why I feel like I didn't clarify enough was that Daydreamer kit, I was part of an event. That I bought it, and I missed Shay's event the year before. She did the mermaid event, and then last year it was, or was it this year, I did Rich's event from Speaking of Diamonds. And when I had the missing drills, that was one thing, but then the AB drills were mixed up, that was another. And then it was, I have more missing drills, and can you wait? Well, what do you do if you can't wait because you're part of an event? So that was another thing. 3827. Oh, I'm going to cut these off. So that was another form of anxiety for me. And now I was getting so close to Quiet Snow being done. And it was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Because you're getting down to the end of your drills and they're basically dust. And do you have enough? You know that feeling when you're looking at your drills and you're like, oh my God, I got this section to do. And do I have enough? 3826, 3827, 3828, 3855. And you do, but there was a lot of like, when you come to the end of your drills, there's a lot of drills that maybe you don't pick through at the time, and now they're there. Now that this is it, and you know, then you're really worried. 3860, 3861. 3862. Did I not take enough out? Oh, what am I doing? Well, maybe you will be the last 4. I'll have to see. I will have to see. All right, because I do have drills on the stack. So let's cut these. That's what I do. Put my washi tape on, then I cut through. I feel like I haven't kitted up in a while. And then when I pick these up, I will, of course, smooth the edges down. I usually smooth them down with my that little aligner that you get in your kit. It's a good thing to use. I'm an old crafter, and so I always had a bone folder when I was doing crafts to burnish down corners and folds and, you know, paper crafts that I did, and it's a habit that I have not lost. So Where's the burnisher? This guy here. It's just a way of like burnishing down my labels and making sure they're on there good and tight. And then I'll burnish down my sides and we could start filling up the containers. Oh, I'm gonna need more than just one container for $3.10. $3.10, and maybe I'll put my extras here. I really wanted to use those containers, but it doesn't look like it shall be unless I take an extra overflow and put it in there. I could do that. I could put $3.10 in there. The rest of this to give it a start. Yeah, let's do that because I really want to use those. They're really, I tested them out and they were really nice. And Pixel is a company in Australia and they go so well with this kit. They look so, because they're metallic. They're a company in Australia and they do ship a lot to the States. And when I spoke to Lisa, this was a gift from Ange, one of my members. And she was like, oh, you should really think about like getting in touch with Lisa for your Raven event because I think that she'll be able to like help you. And I thought about it, but I ran out of time. And then Ange really wanted me to see this company, and she ended up sending these to me as a gift, which was so sweet. I'm gonna put more in here, and then when I need them, I could just refill it, right? Tap, tap, tap. And you know what else I'm not using that I took down? I'm not using my, was 3D printed from Chris at the Diamond Brush. So we got it all, right? We got it all. Let's open this up. Locks really well. All right, so my 310 is in here. Let me mark it. I love that I put my nails on, but I can't do shit with them. They lock really nice. It's locked. Would it survive a fall? I don't know, but I'm not going to find out either. 310. I think I'm going to use my China marker. It's an adult crayon. That's all it is. 310. Okay, I can't write. Tell you, it really bothers me that our penmanship is such crap. Oh, I did it all. All right, so I have one extra 310, and you know where it's going to go? Right in here. And I'm going to mark this. Washi tape will not stay on here, but I am going to pin a piece of washi tape on here. That this is. Let's see. It might stay on there. Oh, it does feel kind of. Oh, it might. This is, and I have another. Oh, it will. Oh, it will. Okay. This is Golden Christmas. Golden Christmas. And you know what I do? I hang this on the hook in my room with my diamond painting when I'm not using it. And look, I just pulled this right off. I hang this on the hook in my room with my diamond painting. So I know there's an extra 310 in there. All right, let's get to burnishing again. It's the end sticking up and it pulls it up. Okay, 317. Let's see here, number 2. Isn't that great? I love it. I think that's what I'll do for anything extra. I'd like to keep them in order, but there we go. So that's there. Yeah, so I did have some of you contact me about the drill episode, and I was, you know, they they were saying, I'm glad that you brought this up, but there was information missing that I think was vital, and maybe would have sounded a little bit more fair if I would have included that in, that, you know, the reason why I got upset with like being asked to wait, can you wait until you do some of the canvas? But even if I wasn't part of an event, that canvas Daydreamer, I have it down here. I should take it out and show it to you. It is half done. It's half done straight down the middle. It looks like a before and after. But even being asked to wait when you're part of an event, like how am I supposed to do a little bit more of the canvas when there was a lot of confetti? I would have to hopscotch all throughout the canvas to see, well, and even then you can't really, I don't have a magic ball to see, well, which one, where is there going to be a problem? You know what I mean? So here's 413. So 318, that wasn't that big. 413 is. So maybe 413 will be the other one that I use a pixel tray for. Can't get my thoughts out of my head today. Again, I know that 938 is going to be one. So 413. And I want to use the ones that have a lot because, like I said, I want them to have like a little show time when I'm diamond painting. And I think it'll be nice to have similar diamond painting trays that are in different colors. But again, I love Dreamer Designs. I ended up ordering Teacher's Pet. Of course I did. You knew that was coming because she just goes so well with... I think I want to use my other pen too. I really like the way that pen felt. Let's see. 4, 1, 3. A lot neater than the crayon. Put the rest of 413 in here. I am so eager to start this canvas. You have no idea. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And here's a pretty... It's almost like a sugar plum. Here's the red. So pretty. We have that. Here's 414. Burnish this down so that they don't start popping up. But I did, what I was saying with the people that did contact me privately, I was like, join a discussion. Like, you help other diamond painters when, you know, you could, you know, tell them what you do. Like, I have a few creator friends, and I was like, what do you do when drills are missing? And they're like, I just get a color that's close to it and put it on there. I'm like, really? Yeah, I'm like, that would drive me crazy. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I once was hired for a job because I was a Virgo. I went in for a interview, and the woman said to me, what sign are you? And I was like, Virgo. And she's like, you're hired. That was the extent of the interview. I'm not kidding you. She's like, you're hired. And she's like, I love that you knew what I meant when I said, what sign are you? You didn't even ask, like, are you asking astrologically? What is my sign? 433. This is another big one. So, but I want to save one for like ones that are double. 938 is a double. 3799 is a double. So maybe 433 will be the last one that goes into that thing. But she asked me, like, what is your sign? And I said, Virgo. And she said, you're hired. And it was, I worked for, I was proofreading her work. And she's like, I know that you're going to find every mistake. I'm like, you're probably right. Will you go all the way in? You might go all the way in. No, let's not. I don't know if there's enough to really designate. Let me see. 3799, 3371. There's a few of them. No, I don't want to use you for that. So I will use you to make an extra jar. Okay. 433. 434. I usually give you guys the names of the colors. I was doing that for a while. Like I said, every time I kit up, it's different. Oh, and so what else? Someone said, yeah, I like your idea for the drill kit. And I was like, well, what do you do with the drill kit? And they're like, I throw it away. I'm like, really? And they were like, yeah, I throw it away. I don't even open it up. Now, when this is another creator, whether they do this during their unboxing, I don't know. So I don't want to say who the creator is. But if they want to tell you that that's what they did, that's what they'll tell you. But they said, yeah, I throw it away. I have my own pen. I have my own tray. I have my own wax and putty that I use. I don't need a squishy, and everything just goes into their recycling bin. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, can you post that? And they don't want to. And I really think that sometimes people are just afraid to, you know, maybe they don't want you to know. Maybe they're just like, no, I'm not posting it. No. Or they just feel like they might get a backlash, or they don't want to get into it. You know, that's their prerogative. That's their thing, and I respect that. I respect what they do. You know, they do what's easier for them. Because let me tell you something, guys. I love what I do. I love diamond painting, and I get so excited about a diamond painting. And again, I love Dreamer Designs. I do. I really feel bad that I didn't say that canvas was from 2022. But Quiet Snow was from 2024. So, but the other canvas was from 2022. So, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. You know, I'm telling you about a creator that I know that throws their thing away. I was telling you that I felt bad that I didn't give like a full, like really, like I was frustrated. You know, I was getting so close, and one of my subscribers had said, "When are you going to do your end of the year?" I'm like, I'm not. I don't really have a lot of finishes for the year. It's actually so depressing. I could cry because to put a canvas away and, you know, and wait for drills to come, and then you get involved with another canvas, then you got to put this away, and you got to take that out, and you got to reintroduce it, and everything else is a lot. And that's what I was saying. You know, I love what I do, but this is a lot of time out of my private life. My husband's recently retired, and thankfully he is busy, because I hear a lot of my friends whose husbands are retired, and they're like, you know, he wants to do everything together. He wants to be with me all the time. Me and John are like so independent of each other that we do our thing, and then at nighttime we have our time. We make dinner together. Maybe I'm making dinner. Maybe he's playing music. Maybe he's making dinner, and I'm, you know, telling him about the book reading, or, you know, that's our time to be together. We'll have a glass of wine. We'll sit around and chat. You know, we'll have an espresso after. We'll watch a movie. That's pretty much how our day goes. We go to bed extremely early because we love our bedroom. We love our bedroom and our big TV. And so it's like, you were ready to go up, and Foofy's like right there. You know, he's right there. He was so funny last night. I was in my room. I was doing the diamond painting for A Christmas Carol, which is a make market kit, and the ornament is coming out so cute. But Foofy thinks that when you get up, he thinks that it's time for a treat. And then he hears this, and he thinks I'm opening up a package of something that he could, oh, we got snacks. And so I was ignoring him last night because what time did I get up? I went to bed early, but then I got up at midnight, and I was like, I'm going in my room to do like an hour or two of diamond painting. And he was like not having it. I'm like, Foofy, I know you just got a treat. Daddy was up not that long ago. And he's like, well, that was him. That's not you. That was him. Where's your treat from me? Where's my treat from you? And so you know what he was doing? You'll see it in when I'm doing the diamond painting. You'll see it. He's pulling drills out. I've been finding drills in his whatchamacallit. I've been finding drills. And now I locked everything up. So he was digging. He was digging for anything. And like I caught him. He's not allowed in my room. So, you know, it's not like I have drills missing because my cat is in there. I say my dog because he's like a dog. But, you know, no, everything got locked up. As soon as I found, and it was my fault because I had 3 Diamond Art Emporium kits. I had the one from the event. I had the Angel, And I had another one out that it was the first angel that I did, and I was putting the drills together. So it wasn't a Diamond Art, a Dreamer Design kit. And he went and picked that plastic bag up and put in his, like, I'll show her. She don't want to give me treats. I'll show her. And I was like, I said, John, he went and took drills out of my room. And John was laughing. I'm like, don't laugh. But those I have plenty of. But again, I just don't want to hold on to drills. Like, even just now, I went to go find my book. I couldn't find it. I'm like, all this stuff is on the floor when it could be in my cabinet. Because that kind of confusion around me, it makes me very anxious. I don't like having a lot of clutter around me. It makes my brain very anxious. So I need to have it put away. And we're having a party, and John is like, the house is cluttered again. We got it all situated for our last party, and it's cluttered again. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I put my stuff away at the end of the night. You don't. You depend on me to come down and, you know, put your stuff away, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. I just don't like, but it's like, I'm generous out of self-interest by putting his stuff away, because it helps my mental health to not have confusion around. It just does. I should really cut these off. I think that these are going to fare better if I cut them off. I don't think I left them long enough. 640. See, I'm saying 460 because I'm dyslexic, so 640. So there's that. And so when I went back and I looked at the video, I'm like, oh God, you seem like really, you know, like a crazy person. And that's not the message that I want to put across. But I can't do anything about it now. It's out there. And it was really interesting, too, that I went into my Self-Care Sunday from that video, which I had already planned. And the Self-Care Sunday was about truth. And if you can't speak your truth because you might upset some people, then you're just, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to say, when I find something out, and what I found out from that painting was I never really save the best for last. I just kind of go from left to right and up, and, you know. But that time I worked the bottom, and then I worked the top, and then I met in the middle, and the middle was the face. And, you know, I was absolutely being guided because the book was about Rebecca, and the book was about her beauty. And so that it ended on her face was something I didn't think about, but it worked really well. And, but when you come to the end of your drills, you come to the end of your canvas, that one special part of the canvas that you saved for last, you're coming to the end of your drills. And like, even now, I'm not saying anything about it, but I'm looking at my drills going in. They're going in really easily, but I could see what I'm talking about, like when it comes to like the back's not being totally flat. I can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. The back's not being totally flat. I could see that there's, now these kind of look like there's like a dust on them or something. Is Dreamer Designs coating these? There's like a chalkiness in there. Are they treating these with an anti-static? Did I miss that memo? Can you see where my finger is a little white? I think that that's why there's no static in here. And I will tell you too, like I could see like the backs are pocked on this. I will tell you too, last night I was doing Make Market, and when I looked at the Make Market drills, I wouldn't be able to really decipher them between Dreamer Design because they're just like those little button drills. They're not like faceted. And then when I look at even some of my fat, like you could see like all the pock marks on there on the back. Maybe you can. Maybe it won't show up here now because the way that I'm showing it to you, but they're there. And I am noticing this white dust in here. So maybe they're putting an you see how that's like there was like almost like potato chips in there. And when I am, there's like a white dust on my hand. It's on, you can almost see it like in my fingerprint where it's settling in. So are they putting an anti-static on here and I missed that memo? And I kind of like finding out things on my own. I just think it shows like how much I pay attention to things. I don't catch everything, but I catch a lot of stuff. I may not catch it all, but I catch a lot of it. And I'm going to need like these 3-4 drills that are stuck up here. Before I would just like be like, oh, okay, it's okay. But Now it's not, because it seems like you need every single drill that you can get your, you know, your little hands on. So there's that. And I kind of, you know, was kind of like, wow, we're going right into Self-Care Sunday, and Self-Care Sunday is about truth. And, you know, people, you know, some people did comment, some people did tell me that they didn't, you know, they contacted me privately and said, you know, I think you were being a little bit too harsh. And okay, well, this person didn't have a channel, and I think that adds to the anxiety when you have a channel and you want to get something done and you want to get it under your belt, and you guys are waiting for a finish. And I went through that with Rico. Rico took me forever, and I dropped the drills and I picked them up with a vacuum with a nylon stocking on the other end. And let me tell you how well that worked. I deliberately dropped drills on a rug to show you. Now my cat is in there, that I picked those drills up and they picked up clean, and I put them back into the tray. So, I mean, I just tell you what I know. I tell you what I know. If it gets me in trouble, then, you know, I live my truth. I do. I live my, I share everything. And I'm sorry if it upsets people. There's no reason to get upset. I'm available. My email is in every description, and we can have a conversation. I'm not a person that's closed-minded and being like, well, too bad. You don't like it? Tough. No, I'm not like that at all. I hear everybody out. See what I mean? There's like a white... You guys are probably saying, what's the matter with this girl? This came out like months ago. But you see how I've got like a white dust on me? And there's no static. But I also told you guys that I'm going to, when I do an unboxing, that I'm going to start looking at the 310s, because I think the 310s tell a story. I think they do. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me. Please let me know in the comments. A lot of times when I look at 310, I notice that the tops are different. And sometimes the color is different, you know. Now these look fabulous. These look fabulous, and this was the end of the bag, so I'm happy about that. They're shiny, they're all one color, but these are a flat button drill here. And then I really start thinking about my own career. Because when I heard from some of you, it gave me something to think about. And I was thinking about my own career. I was thinking about cost, right? So I was thinking, what does it take? What does it cost to produce a diamond painting? So I don't know if there's any U.S. diamond painting companies. If you know, please let me know, that are produced in the United States. I think, I'm not going to say for sure. I think that most diamond painting companies come out of China. I told you that I was approached about my artwork to do diamond paintings. And then when I looked at what I've heard from people that I know that are have had their artwork produced into diamond paintings, that they say there's not a lot of money in it. And there really isn't. I think the most that a creator, an artist gets, I think that they get 5 to 10% for their artwork, and then it gets produced and they get 5 to 10% for whatever sells. And that might not seem like a lot, but if you're getting 10% on every canvas that sells and you sell hundreds of them, yeah, I mean, you're not going to become a millionaire, but you are going to get compensated, is what I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, if it seems that, you know, no, that's not right, that's what was presented to me, 5% for my artwork, and then 10% for each painting that I sold. So it was like 15%. So I'm thinking, if you got to give, let's just say it's 20%, and an average diamond painting is like $70. So that's like what, $14, and that leaves $59. Is it 59? That leaves, how much? 45, 55, no, it's $55. 55, 65, 70. Okay. So $55. But then you still have to produce a canvas with really good glue, clear symbols. Your canvas is color printed, and color printing is, I used to work for a printer. I worked for Now Printing, and we did publications. So I know the higher you go in the printing process with color, the more expensive it is. So you have printing, you have glue, you have a sticker sheet that needs to be scored and cut. So that needs to be printed. So this costs money also. And then you get down to the drills. But from experience, I'm going to take a shot and say, I think the most, and then you have a toolkit. I think the most expensive thing that comes out of a toolkit, that comes out of a diamond painting kit, is the box. Believe it or not. And I'll tell you why. Because I had a cosmetics company. And cosmetics are not expensive, but your packaging is. And so your packaging, this is, and I also had a pizzeria. And so a pizza box is not an average box. Neither is a diamond painting box. So a diamond painting box printed. DP Over sent me, let's see, I didn't do that right. Should put that in there. DP Over sent me a box and when to review a diamond painting canvas. And when the box came, it was so heavy and the folds on the ends were reinforced so that if the box got crushed, then the painting would be protected. But the outside of the box had so many colors on it that I was like, my God, what is this? It's like six color printing. It had purple. It's black. It's not white. Okay, it's a white box with black printing. It had purple, it had red, it had yellow, and it had blue. So it had 5 color printing. So that box is expensive, but they're very transparent with their company, and so you could see their plant and their production. That's an expensive box. And it was the same thing with cosmetics. Cosmetics are expensive, but all your money goes into packaging, which is why I did not sell to the public. I only sold to other makeup artists, and that was my niche. I was like, I had a public presence because I had a website, but I only sold to you if you had a license and you were a makeup artist. And that was because I knew that my stuff would have got marketed without me really doing the market. Because at the time that I had my makeup company, e-commerce was just starting. And, you know, to go into marketing and to go into getting a publicist, I was trying to find a workaround. And the packaging was going to be enough. And my makeup company was based in music and musicians and models and award shows and getting the look of what actors and actresses were wearing, models were wearing, what was going on in the music industry. That's where my company centered on. The name of my company was called Beauty and the Beat. And because beauty and music. And my packaging, I opted to create palettes based on getting the look of a model or a musician, and I packaged just the pans of makeup in CD cases and sent them off to makeup artists that were actually putting the makeup on musicians and models, and that's how my stuff got marketed, and I got credit for this print work. You know, my stuff was seen in J. Crew. It was in music videos. I really always sat down and really, I love marketing. I love marketing. And so that was my niche. And I did that for years. And I loved it. And I got to meet some really cool makeup artists that I admired for years and years. Linda Mason being one of them. Oh my gosh, she's such an awesome, look her up. I could feel that powder on there. She's such an awesome makeup artist. And her daughter actually worked for me for a brief time. Awesome makeup artist. Such a beautiful type of career to take on. If you know, I love paint, and I love makeup, and I love, you know, I loved that part of my life. I really did. Even when I went out. So when I went out to New York, I was no longer in the makeup business, but Linda Mason's daughter was friends with my friend's sister. And when she told me who she was, I'm like, wait a minute, your mother's Linda Mason. And she was like, how do you know that? You know, I'm like, oh my God, your mother is like an awesome makeup artist. And she actually did my makeup. I got to meet her and she did my makeup. And it was freaking awesome. So freaking awesome. So these little glimmers in my life. I've done a lot in my life. I've had a lot of different careers, and I just kind of always went after what it was that interests me. Not for any other reason other than this interests me. Why is it pulling me? What can I learn about this? And then I would move on. I moved on to other things, and I had a mentor who said to me, do everything in your life that interests you, because one day it's all going to come full circle. And I find that it does. And so like when this whole thing came up with like, how much does it really cost to produce a diamond painting? I would love to, know, because do we for us, it's a lot of money to spend on a diamond painting. However, when you think about really what a diamond painting costs and you break it down into paying the artist, producing the product, doing the marketing, paying the people that are in your company, getting the product out, it's really not a lot of money, it's really not. That was my conclusion. You can agree, you can disagree, you can comment, you can email me. I'm open to it all, because that's how I learn. That's how I learn. I don't shut anybody up, because that's how I learn. And I wish we had more of that. I wish we had more of discussions. I really, really, really miss discussions. And I think that that's why some people are bombastic. It's because they're hungry for discussion. 898 has 2. I'm putting one away. I'm going to put one in my little thing. Here, you're going to be 898. You need a sticker. Okay, 898. You'll be in this one. 898. I think that's why some people are so bombastic. They just want discussion. They want somebody to challenge them so that they can talk about things. It's just a theory. I don't think that I'm bombastic. I don't really think that I get upset that much. But 898, where'd you go? 844, 898. New row. We're getting there. I'm trying to get done before John comes in the door, because he's shopping for the party. And then I want to relax tonight, and I want to start this. I want to do a big section. Like I have to tell you who her name is. Okay, I got to get that information to you. I'll look it up on my extra phone. We'll look it up together. Oh, you're going to fit in? Oh, are you going to fit in? You're going to fit in. Oh, I guess you're not going to be 898. Sorry. I have to make a new. It's too much for the tray, but we'll get you a new one. I should be picking it up with this hand. Let me see. Is it going to hold on to me? No, even though I have anti-static. I think I have anti-static stuff on my hands. 918. Oh God, so little bit, baby bit. It might just be that the crystals are in there. Come on, I need every drill. I need every drill. Let's shorten this, because you don't want them catching on, because then they start to lift up. And 920, baby bit in that one too. Is anybody watching anything good on TV? I watch Moonstruck every Christmas season. Do you have a movie that you watch every Christmas season? Let me know. I love Spirited. I love that. I love Will Ferrell. But there's only so many times I can sit through Elf. Even if it's once a year. I am watching the PBS version of Rebecca. I have not watched the original black and white yet, even though my husband did. And he's like, don't watch it on YouTube for free, because they skipped spots. So I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, they skipped spots. It's free. You can watch it. And if your members don't mind and your audience doesn't mind because you read the book and they know that's missing. They didn't cover that. They might not mind. So this is 934. I was going to say it's missing. But I want to see the original black and white version because the one thing that I didn't like about the PBS version is like it's not following the book. Not for me, it's not. The character of the unnamed author doesn't have her personality. She might be sweet and pretty looking, but she doesn't have the character's personality in the book, which I don't like. I don't like when they change things. I told you guys I went to go see Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. And I didn't like that maybe 934 will be it. Okay. I didn't like that they changed the book. I didn't like it. I didn't like that, the part of Maggie the cat. Maggie was not like this at all. She didn't rule over, what was his name? Yes, Brick. She didn't rule over Brick. Brick was, he wasn't controlled by Maggie, and in the stage play, they had her controlling him, and I was like, oh God, no, you just ruined the whole movie for me. You ruined the book. Well, you didn't ruin the book, but why are you changing it? Why can't you just stick to Tennessee Williams' vision? Like, why do you have to change it? And they changed our unnamed author. I didn't like it. I didn't like that it did not open. And I'm not giving anything away because the opening of the book of Rebecca, Last Night I Dreamed I Went to Manderley, it's literary. It's famous for that one line. That's the way the book opens. So why not open it that way? I didn't like that. And there are certain things that I just don't like. I didn't like his personality. I stop changing things. Making me upset. I'm getting upset. So I didn't appreciate it. I really didn't. And now we have, did I just, 934. Oh, 938. I'm like, boy, I just filled this. What are you talking about? Okay. 938. So we're coming into 938 is a big one. And so it's going to go in one of these containers. And then I have one more. And I think that's going to be 3799. Okay. So I'm trying to get through it. I fell asleep on it actually. And I did put up for my members, because you guys all had the same question. And I was waiting for you guys to remember. Wanted to give you a couple of days to mull over the book and see if you could have remembered something about the reading. And then I said, okay, they're all asking the same question, so let me get back to it. And it was understandable because even I had forgotten. The answer to the question is in the reading that you all had. I don't want to say what it is because in my member section I do a reading companion. So if you're a member, you get a companion to the book. And it's about, key points in the book not to miss. And it's also about symbolism, how Du Maurier used the weather, how she used elements, really, like the flowers, colors of flowers, how she used the elements of the weather for different scenes in the book, which was really interesting. So, okay, you are going to be 938, the rest of 938, and that might be too much. I might have a little bit more room in here. Can't lose anything. Okay, 938. 938, I believe, is that coffee ultra dark. Oh, I love this color. It's a rich dark brown. 938. 938 is in here. How interesting that the blue and the brown are in here. Don't you love when things just work out like that? Just like the two colors that I love here. 938, you are marked. Look how pretty these are. They're so jewel toned and pretty. I love that they go with this canvas so well. Okay, and then for 938, I have 2 extra. Making an account for my, I don't drive myself nuts, or I only have 1. Did Foofy steal the other one because it was there when I did the kit up? You know, that kind of a thing. It's like, you see where I'm going here with this? Let me put my trash in here. Get this out of the way. I think it's a smart idea. I think it's a smart idea, even if you don't have a channel, to just, you know, just put all your trains out on your table like I did, and then just run your camera over it, and you'll be able to say, oh, look at the numbers that I have here. Look at what I have. It drives me nuts. This drives me nuts when static things cling to you because of static. And you know what else drives me nuts? You put something on and you're out of the shower, but you're not fully dry. Oh, I can't stand that feeling of like wet clothes. It drives me nuts. Okay, so we have 938. Who's next? 975? 938, 975. Come on down. So I asked you guys if you had any Christmas movies that you watch. I watch Moonstruck every year. I watch Moonstruck all throughout the year. I just love it. It's background noise. I know people that watch movies over and over again. I know a bunch of guys that watch The Sopranos. That's just like the season is on an endless loop. And they watch The Godfather over and over again. They can tell you every word. I'm like that with Moonstruck. I could tell you every word, every scene. I think we all can because we can relate to these characters so well. What else do I watch every year? Oh, always Charlie Brown. Always Charlie Brown. What else do I watch every year? Like I said, gotta have a Will Ferrell in there, and I love Spirited. I love the dialogue. I think Ryan Reynolds is brilliant. I think he's a brilliant actor. I think he's very talented. I know he's like in some hot water and do some nice things, but it's a shame. You know, I miss the days in Hollywood when you didn't know anything about people. 976. You just didn't know. You didn't know. It could have been out of their mind. You didn't know. Do I watch any Elizabeth Taylor movies? No. I don't think so. Nothing Christmassy. I think I got to get back into some of the classics and let you guys know. Do you read anything? My husband's reading A Christmas Carol right now, and Tammy had said, I love this. I read it every year. I read this story every year. I read The Prophet every year. Not The Prophet. I read The Alchemist every year. I think this might be the first year that I am not going to do The Artist's Way. I usually do The Artist's Way every year. It's a good refresher. I don't do that every year. I used to. But I'm so busy right now and I'm already reading a book. And then if I were to do it, I would want to do it with my channel. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be reading Gaslight. Are any of you curious about, oh, wow, is that where the word gaslight comes from? And are you curious to hear the story because of that? I feel like that's all you hear anymore. You hear 2 words that just became part of the vocabulary today is he or she is a narcissist and they're gaslighting me. Or I'm being gaslighted, or he's trying to gaslight me. You hear that all the time. 3021, 3371. We're coming towards the end. I feel like you should just shut up and get this done before your husband comes through the door. I don't know if he's going to be in the mood to read, but I already have the video. 3371. There's 3 of you. Oh, you might be my last one. Okay. Things are attacking me. 2 are going into the Dreamer Design container. Here we go. Dreamer Design little baggie here. Okay, let's open this up. And part are going in here. So you guys kit up, and you know, you kit up nicey nice. Maybe you have a cup of coffee. Maybe you're listening to an audio book. You know, I'm kitting up. I'm talking to you guys. So I'm still waiting for my diamond painting time when I can relax and just do something for Elisa. 3371. Beautiful color. Let's take a look at you. Gorgeous color. Oh gosh. It's a chocolatey brown, but it's beautiful. The drills look really nice. There we go. And again, this came out in October of 2024. Rather recent. I can't wait to get into this canvas. I'm literally shaking. Because I want to do, and let me not forget who this diamond painter is. Get my phone. I want to 3781. Oh, wait, let me put this in here. 3371. Come on, Elisa, get with it. So all my cases are full. I could put my marker away. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Then we need 3781. 3761. Oh, 3861. 3781. 3799. 3781. See how the edges are curling up, making a mess. Get the glue. Get the glue stick. But again, it's easier than, oh, first sign of static. Oh, I'm not going to play with this because I don't have time, but I will get you out later. It's so much easier than not putting it on because, you know, they stick to the top and then you have all residue and you got to get that off. And then I got the heat gun out and 3787. Coming to the end of these and I'm getting a little, they're getting a little stuck. How about that? And then 3790. Trim the ends. Put this up. I received a lovely Christmas card from Chris and Sandy at the Diamond Brush. Thank you. It was very nice. I still have to write Christmas cards. I didn't write any. And I made Christmas cards too. I didn't get them out yet. 3799. You're gonna have extra because you're a big one. 3799. Oh, there's two. One is going in. One's gonna get an extra. Oh God, this is really packed tight. Wow. Where'd the scissor go? Okay. Thank God I put a ribbon on it because I would never find it. I know John's coming in with stuff, and I know he said he was going to pick me up coffee, but I'm like, oh, do I want to have coffee this late? I'll be up all night. So sad I don't have the coffee anymore. Okay, so 3799. That's going to have an extra bottle because I have extra in the bag. Just don't want to stop to do it now. 3826. These are little guys. Peachy colors. Pretty. Easy breezy. Right in. 3827. Oh, does it drive you nuts? That one drill that's stuck up there doesn't make it anyway. Here you go. And you need a little haircut. Two, 8. Is anybody going to any Christmas shows? I was telling, if you missed it, we went to go see a Christmas Carol, Christmas Story. That's something else that I was talking about in between finishing Quiet Snow and doing my Self-Care Sunday. We went to go see A Christmas Story. Yes, the story of little Ralphie and the BB gun. And it was told from the point of view of an older Ralphie, reminiscing about that great Christmas. And it was very sentimental. It was funny, and the singing and the dancing were wonderful, but 5 minutes in, John and I were both crying because it just brought back so many memories, and it was really sweet. I'm hoping that we can get to our own 3855, our own John Wanamaker's. If you've ever seen the movie Mannequin, that department store has closed with Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy is in the movie. That department store has closed, but they used to do a wonderful light show. And this, of course, is part of our childhood and things that we remember. And we want to go, and they opened up the Wanamaker's department store to do the light show like they did every year. And everybody in Philadelphia is so overwhelmed and overjoyed. We all want to get there. We all want to see it. And I gotta make time. I have to make time to make it to the Christmas Village. And what else? I don't know that we have anything else on our agenda other than our Christmas party. We're going to do Christmas Eve here too. So we'll do the 7 fishes. That John loves all that. He's like my son. My son and John really get into the tradition of anything when it comes to family. They really get into like Sunday dinners. You know, they get into all the holidays and all the traditions, and it's nice, you know. So he's going to be doing that, and that's what he's doing right now. He's out. He's ordering fish. He's ordering bread. He's shopping for soda and drinks and 3861. Here we go. We're getting there. We're coming into the home stretch. I still have to get 2 things for you guys. I got to finish this. Got to get some extra jars, and I still have to tell you about that fabulous diamond painter that just started her diamond painting channel, and I know that she's just going to be so successful because it's just a short, but you're checking in with her like, where is she with the fragrance of London? How far is she? Where did she go? You know, how much is she getting done? You know, and it's so nice, and she just has the same routine. She comes in her room, she pulls down the plastic on the thing, and she takes out her same tray and her same diamond painting pens and a really pretty pink and same washi that she uses all the time, 3862. I need to get some more of the jars, 3863, and then to get them, and I'm gonna get my phone so I can look her up for you guys. 3863. I think I'm gonna just deal with the lid not having washi tape on it. Here's my 2 that are going to be the crystals. Okay, and your trash. So 3864. Here we go. He walked in on me. He's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to myself. He's like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, well, I listen to myself. I do. I mean, I figure things out when I'm saying things out loud. And there's a lot of times that I'm talking to you guys and I'm like, okay, all right. By talking out loud, I kind of put that together. All right, where are the crystals? Oh, here they are. I'm getting ready to freak out. Like, okay, we're going to start playing games now. This is LZ27. Then what I'll do is I'll clean this up. And then we'll come back and I'll tell you about Diamond Painter. I'm not going to forget her because I think she's fabulous. And I told you that I told her that she inspired me to take a bigger part of my canvas. And that's why I'm so looking forward to getting started. I'm like rushing. One, because he's coming in the door. And two, because I want to diamond paint a little bit today. And I'm going to check my mail and see if my putty came. And I can show you guys. I won't have to make another video. There is definitely a powder in there. Alrighty, we did it. We got the kit up complete. I'm gonna clean up. Oh wait, let me put these in here. This is the extra 3799. An extra. Who are you? 433. 433. My handwriting is atrocious. Okay, something else I want to work on this year. I want to work on penmanship. I don't have enough to do, but I'm going to start working on my penmanship because it's just horrible. Oh, I got a crystal here. LZ 5200 clear, and the clear and the yellow are just, the crystals are just in the candlelight. That's all. Okay, guys, I am done. I checked my mail. There is no mail yet. No mail. No tater tots. No tater tots putty. And I'm going to clean this up and give you one last look. And I will see you, as always, in the next one, which will be, let me see. I don't know if I want to put this up today. If John comes in and does a reading, maybe I'll do that. But I might put this up today. I might let it stay for WIP Wednesday since I'm so busy tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed this canvas. I hope you enjoyed the kit up. I think it looks fabulous. I love these little trays. I'll give you one last look and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the holidays. Take some time for you. That's what I'm about to do. Bye.